Oh, I am live. Hello, money medicine. Hello, beautiful, beautiful people. Hi, gorgeous. Hi. Say hello as soon as you're here. Welcome to my Insta Live. Welcome to Money Medicine Wednesdays at 5 p.m. I am so happy to be here. I hope you get to join me and also just have a fun and really informative session with me. We are going to be talking about how we unconsciously commit to our money struggles. How are you currently committing to your money struggles? How are you unconsciously committing to your money struggles? Right? Very interesting topic. Very, very interesting. Okay. Where do I even start with this? Okay. So here's the thing. In as much as a lot of us, okay, we have deep desires to have money. We have vision boards where we draw all the luxurious stuff we get to have once we have money. We fantasize about the money that we want. We talk about it and also just believe that one day we get to have all these things. We wake up, we work, get the money. You know, like we advertise our businesses, we market, we do sales. We're like, I want to have more money. I want the good life. You know, I want to have to have as much freedom as I want. I want to have a healthy life. I want to be able to pay for everything that I want. You know, my kids, school fees, whatever, entertainment, all the things. Like, we have all the right intentions. We have, our hearts are in the right place when it comes to what we deeply desire for ourselves, and when it comes to the fact that we are working to have more money and we want money. But here's the thing. What we need to realize is that the same may not be true for our nervous system, right? In as much as we are doing all the right things, in as much as we want the money, a lot of us will find that we unconsciously don't want money. You unconsciously don't want money. So you may be sitting there and thinking that I want to be a millionaire. And sometimes what will happen is that your nervous system will actually say the opposite, or receive the opposite, or create the opposite, because it doesn't feel true. my ear knob just fell off, right? Because it doesn't feel true. Because unconsciously the idea of you having more money, of you having $1 million, right, or more, doesn't actually sit right with your nervous system. So here is something that usually happens in as much as we want the money, and then we find that unconsciously we don't want the money. One of the factors that influence this is safety. Security is big for our nervous systems. It's big for humanity. And this is because for most of us, especially people of color, we have experienced a lot of trauma that did interfere with our ability to feel secure and to feel safe, right? So in every moment, there is where your nervous system is always prioritizing to be safer, you know? Whether it's within your money, whether it's within relationships, in the activities that you do, there is where your nervous system will prioritize your safety more than anything. And if something makes you feel unsafe at an unconscious level, your nervous system will find a way to help you, deal with that. But what we need to realize is that there is how our nervous system functions in terms of keeping itself safe from the idea of, like, if more money will mean more harm to you, right? So why do I say more money will mean more to you? Think about what you have witnessed, or what you grew up being told when it comes to like people who have money. Like each and every one of us has a story around what was I told about people who have money. What did I witness from the outside, right? Not that you knew everything, but what did I witness around people who have money, right? This is something to think about. What did mom say about women who have money? What did dad say about men who have money, or families who have money, right? Like for me, I grew up knowing that people who have money are actually doing corrupt stuff, bad stuff, in order to get that money. I also got to know that people who have money, families who have money, tend to divorce a lot, right? And one of the things that I would hear was that they have spoiled kids, right? I used to believe that I'm a disciplined kid because I grew up in a family that knew how to survive struggle, that believed in hard work, and that automatically made me someone who's like a good kid. I'm not spoiled. We associated money with being like, if you grew up in a rich family, means that, oh, those kids are spoiled, they have no responsibility in life. All the things, right? Even if to some extent it was true, the damage was happening at a very unconscious level with our nervous system, because it means that our nervous system begin to realize that, oh my God, does this mean that money is bad? Why is it that money is always being associated with the bad stuff? Why is it being associated with corruption, with theft? Sometimes it's being associated with like voodoo, witch stuff. If she has more money, or if they have more money, it means that they are doing voodoo stuff. You know, if it's a woman who's she sleeping with to be having that, in order for her to have that money. If it's a man, what is the thing that he may be doing? What is the mystery behind him having that money? We never bought into the idea of money being a good thing, money being something that can come in all the good ways and that can serve goodness. Most of the time it felt like money is chaos. So our nervous system bought into this idea, right? Because that is the information that was fed to us, right? It's one thing for these stories to be told once in a while. But if it's like something you had every day, almost every week, you read a newspaper, you hear so-and-so is in court, and maybe you know them, and you hear all the details, you're like, oh my God, I didn't know they were fake. As we absorb all these things, our nervous system then starts to say that, okay, money is bad, right? Money is corrupt. Money is evil. Money leads to divorce, right? And because you are deeply loved by your own nervous system, it's like, I'm going to protect you from these horrible stories. I'm going to protect you from these horrible events. You don't get to experience that, right? So what will this look like? You have more money, your nervous system goes into panic mode because it's triggered due to past events where more money was associated with bad stuff. So what usually happens with our nervous system, it's either when it goes into the panic or is triggered and it feels unsafe, with you having more money in your bank account, with you receiving a lump sum of money in your bank account, there is a high chance that it may fight for you. Like, it'll be like, I need to fight for her, right? How can I help her get rid of all this money quick? How can I help her get back to safety? Because what has she done? Did she just get into a business deal where she is now a millionaire? Did she just receive a lump sum of money in her business? Did she just get a pay that is beyond money that she's used to? This is unfamiliar money, right? Then your nervous system will be like, I have to protect it, where safety comes in. So I need to fight for her. How do I fight for her? Let me help her create emergency events that will lead her to spend this money and get rid of this money. And so most of the time it will look like it's just a coincidence that as soon as you have this lump sum of money, as soon as a business deal hits, that's when, your car gets to need service gets to, and sometimes like accidents happen. Sometimes your mom becomes sick and she needs more money. Just all the chaos you can think of. It's always unbelievable how the timing is, right? Sometimes you get the bank calling you, wanting more money, wanting to be paid as soon as possible. Oh my God, we need the money or else we're getting rid of your assets and stuff, right? We're selling them. So it's a way of your nervous system creating safety for you by fighting the idea of you having money, right? And this means that you having to energetically create events where you are getting rid of this money, right? Sometimes it may be your nervous system in getting into flight mode, where you totally disconnect with the fact that you are someone who makes more money, who makes a lot of money. You disconnect with the idea of you having, like thousands and thousands of money in your bank account, or 100,000 or millions in your bank account. And how you disconnected, it's like creating a life where you never actually get to feel wealthy, where you never get to embrace the wealth that you have, where you dissociate with, improving your lifestyle, being more efficient, enjoying, having beautiful experiences with money. Because what is happening there is that your nervous system does not want to even register that you may have money. Most of the time, it will also look like avoiding, the idea of even checking your bank account, avoiding checking your bank statements, just not wanting anything to do with it. And sometimes some people actually pretend that they don't even have money, and they live it as the reality that, I don't even have that money. You are like, in order, even if they see something they really like you can see an item in a shop that you really like, and then you just decide that, that's a lot of money, that costs a lot, that's expensive. Because you are dissociating with the fact that you can actually afford this money. Because if it was to register that you can afford this money, it will mean that you have to accept that you have more money. And so your brain doesn't want that for you, because that will be unsafe. Again, what does more money mean to you? Does it mean the stories that you were told, the things that you witnessed? If it's still the case, right, then you'd rather not want to be associated with having money. So that's where the brain just totally avoids, the idea of you having more money. And sometimes we go into this self-denial where we sacrifice ourselves, where we know we could have the things that we truly want, but we do not want to own our heart desires. We do not want to go after the things we really want, because that will mean that actually spending the money that we have and living and accepting and embracing the idea that, I actually can afford this. I can afford a holiday. I can have money. There's so many people who have money that could create a beautiful experience. But right now, your money stuck in your bank account. You've never been on a holiday. You have never gone to a spa just to massage yourself. You never allow yourself to go shopping without feeling guilty. You never celebrate anything or throw yourself a party. You don't imagine that's something that you could do, because it would mean that you'd have to accept that and embrace that. I actually can afford this. I actually can have more money. So part of how your nervous system will create that safety is like, let me dissociate. Let me pretend I don't have this. And this leads to you never really feeling like I actually have the money. Like it feels like, it looks like I receive money, but I don't feel rich. I don't feel like I have money, right? See this as a way of you keeping safe, because you are unconsciously committing to a money struggle that you know. This will really apply if you were not always like someone, if you didn't grow up in a family that has more money. You may be, experiencing this. Another way that our brain will keep us safe is like, it's also a form of dissociation, but there is where you just totally decide that you don't know what to do with money. Like, I don't know what to do with it. You just decide you don't know what to do with it. And that means sometimes you energetically push away money that could come through, or financial opportunities. Like, you have financial opportunities coming through, and what you don't understand is why they may sometimes collapse is because there is a part of you that unconsciously believes that you don't know what you do with that money. So this is where your nervous system creates safety by you never exploring. So you're like, I don't know what I'll do with that money. I don't know what I do. So even if you have an opportunity to increase your income, even if you have an opportunity to make decisions, you may just freeze in that moment and not engage in conversations around money, not engage in conversations around financial opportunities that would actually expand you and increase your income. It's a way of your nervous system also keeping you safe. This is why a lot of times we experience financial stagnancy, where it's like you have not made progress in the last 10 years. There has not been so much of even a significant increase in your income, right? That is possible. That's a life that's possible, where for the past 10 years your money has not really significantly changed. You have not witnessed any change or any progress. You've been complaining about the same thing, right? You've had the same issues around money. It can sometimes be debt, it can sometimes just be that you really can't even save money and leave it for 6 months without going back to tap into it, right? And every time, even though that's a situation that you're going through, every time there's an opportunity where you could leap and have more money, where you can explore the opportunities, you freeze on the idea of you actually have more money. And this will look like you being very indecisive, like sometimes just not making the decision. If you need to be selling a house in order to get another one, or in order to start a business, whatever that may be the case, you just become so indecisive. So what is causing the indecision is that you unconsciously know that if you were to decide right now that I'm going to take this opportunity, I'm going to expand, I'm going to make this money, or I'm going to grow my savings by increasing my income stream, if you were to do that, there's a part of you that feels like you wouldn't know what to do with the money. So it feels so unsafe, because this is money that is unfamiliar to you. It's not money you are used to. So what do? You unconsciously commit to the struggle by staying financially stagnant. Like you're just like, I'm just going to be one way, be in my comfort zone. I'm not making decisions that are moving me forward. I'll just live my life the way it has been, because I wouldn't know what to do with more money. A lot of people don't know what to do with money. A lot of people are not prepared for the money that they desire to have, like the money you keep visualizing and wishing for. A lot of times you'll find that you are not prepared for that, consciously prepared for that. You are not available for that. There's where you are not available for it, because your nervous system currently is committed to actually that not being a reality, feels unsafe around the idea of you having more money. So this is something to explore, right? How are you unconsciously committing to your money struggles without realizing, right? Are you someone who often has so many emergencies and you always have something to pay for? Are you someone that just feels like you wouldn't know what to do with money? Are you someone who dissociates and pretends that you don't have money because you don't want to accept that you could do more with your life, right? Or sometimes are you someone who just lacks boundaries around money, where you find yourself having to take care of everyone, and so your brain already, or your nervous system already, feels unsafe to increase more money for you? Because if you were to increase your money, it will mean more responsibility for you, and currently you're overwhelmed as it is. You feel like everyone calls me whenever they have issues around money. My friends, my family, everyone always needs my help. So what would happen if I actually had even more money? What would happen if I took on the opportunity to increase my income? your nervous system reads that as, oh my God, this will mean that, I have more responsibilities. I have more people who rely on me or who want more money from me. This will mean that, sometimes religion teaches that if you have more, then the devil will attack and you have more afflictions. What that does that to our brain is unsafe. So what would more money mean to me? What would more money to me? That's something you need to explore. Right now, where you are, the idea of you having more money, what does it mean to you? Does it mean you have more haters? Does it mean you have more responsibilities? Does it mean you will have more fun? Is it really what you believe? Does it mean you will have more afflictions, more power? It means different things, but you need to be okay with really going deeper into understanding where you are with the idea of what more money means to you. And then once you are able to explore that, you will realize that, oh my God, if more money to me means that I will be, I will be unsafe, I will have more responsibilities, more people will bother me, how am I then committing to my money struggles? How am I committing to not having more money? How am I unconsciously committing to not having money? Have compassion, knowing that it's a way of your nervous system taking care of you, your nervous system wanting to keep you safe, unconsciously wanting to do that. So it helps you get rid of these opportunities, or just create the opposite of what you truly want when it comes to the money. It's about your safety more than anything, right? I can explore this in many other ways, and I will help you do that in the next coming few weeks. But today was more about you realizing how safety plays out, how your nervous system's, desire for you to always be safe sometimes plays out within your money, and how that then influences you to commit to your money struggles. The assignment is for you to go and sit with, what does money mean to me, right? How do you imagine your life would look like if you had more money? And in realizing that, you may also want to then see how the answers that you have received in terms of how money looks like and what it would look like if you had money in overflow, Sometimes it can just be like, if you just double the income you made now, what you imagine would happen, right? And then seeing how that is currently influencing you to unconsciously commit to your money struggles. How may it be creating scenarios where you keep having to commit to your money struggles? So yes, do explore that. I'd love to know what comes up for you. So do not hesitate to inbox me, DM me. I go really deep on this work in my 16 weeks coaching program, or Sacred Abundance Mastermind. This is a private mentorship program. It's a money course created for the woman who wants to heal her soul trauma so that she can increase her income and make unfamiliar money, doing what she's already good at, doing what she's most passionate about, using her divine and natural gifts, right? So I integrate a lot of healing in money work, because I understand that there is so much that happens with us unconsciously, and once we're able to bring that up and heal that and shift that, I'm telling you, we will then begin to see the physical reality or the physical manifestation of having done that inner work, that deeper work. It's so important that I believe that it's the most important way to approach our money issues, right? It's one thing for us to just be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and do my sales, do my marketing, and people will come by. Amazing. I'd love that for you, and you are deserving of that, and more money will always come to you, right? But also, you may still not realize just how much there is where you block yourself from actually receiving more and more and more. Your services are brilliant, you're doing amazing work, your gifts are brilliant, but are you allowing yourself to actually make more money and create more abundance with it. Or there is where, although that's the case, you still commit to the money struggles that you know of, that have worked for you and your family for the longest time, and your nervous system is working so hard to keep you safe. So there is so much to explore when it comes to money. And if you feel called, if you really feel called, I invite you to sign up for the 16 weeks Sacred Abundance Mastermind, a money course that integrates healing, and also we do the practical, the emotional work, the spiritual work, so much. It's beautiful. It's 16 weeks with me, one-on-one. I invite you to do this. You can read more about this mastermind in my bio link. Just click on the bio link, go read about it, apply if you feel ready and you feel like, you know what, I want to start feeling safe to have more money doing what I actually love. I want to start feeling safe to increase my income. I am happy to hold space for you, and I look forward to working with you because, yeah, it's always amazing. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Do let me know what comes up for you and any revelations that you get to have in having watched this video. Bye.